The holy grail of any Sega Genesis collection is arguably Musha, and a special thanks goes out to YouTube user Austin Mackert for lending me his cartridge. At this point in time, the game is a bit too rich for my blood, so thank you, Austin. So on to the game. Musha is a fairly early Sega Genesis release, coming to American shores in 1990. It's highly regarded as one of the finest 16-bit shooters of all time, and as mentioned earlier, commands premium prices on auction sites. You take control of the metallic Uniframe Super Hybrid Armor, or Musha, and must make your way through 7 rounds of vertical shooting and ultimately destroy the Dire 51 supercomputer. The weapon system in Musha is fairly standard. You start with a Seal Cluster Beam, which is mapped to the C button. In addition to the standard weapons are the special weapons, which are mapped to the B button. There are 3 different special weapons in all. Collecting the beam item equips you with the Blazing Beam. The bomb item equips the Vanishing Buster. Lastly, collecting the barrier item equips you with the Defensive Detonator. If you continue collecting the same weapon items, you will level up your special weapon up to 4 times. If you collect a different weapon item, your special weapon will change but won't level up. This does mean at times you'll be doing your best to avoid collecting an undesirable weapon. The most unique aspect of Musha are the offensive options, which are orb-shaped helper ships of sorts. To get the options, you must shoot at the chip carriers that drop power chips. If you collect 3, an option will come and join you. Collect 3 more and a second one will help. You can keep collecting these chips to build a stockpile of options that will really come in handy in the latter levels. The best part about these options is that you can select from 6 different formations for them to fly in. The most useful is the forward formation, which fires forward. The 3-way formation fires an angular style shot. The reverse formation makes your options fire in the opposite direction you fly, which allows you to shoot sideways. There are also 3 other formations, which I didn't find terribly useful. The options can take some damage before they are destroyed, and one of your reserves takes their place, so they act as a shield of sorts. Graphically, Musha is fairly impressive, especially considering how early it came out in the Genesis's life cycle. There's no slowdown whatsoever, and the game is constantly throwing a lot of sprites and bullets on the screen. The best part of Musha is the sense of depth. Many stages have layers upon layers of scrolling, really helping the title stand out against its rivals. Many people also rave about how awesome Musha's soundtrack is, though I can't say I agree. While there are a few catchy melodies, I found it fairly generic, having that awkward, compressed sound many early Sega Genesis titles had. Sound effects also seem to clip in and out depending on the music, with the Blazing Beam being especially problematic. But the problems don't end there. While Musha features some breathtaking graphics, most of the stages are actually fairly bland, with a simple, repetitive background that scrolls on indefinitely. Hardly breathtaking stuff. The gameplay doesn't really blow me away either. Nothing here really wows me like I was expecting. Despite playing this for countless hours over the past month, and beating it a total of 3 times this week alone, there are still things I don't quite get. For starters, I never fully fleshed out the hitbox detection between the bullets and my ship. At times, I wasn't even trying to avoid bullets, yet I wasn't getting hit. In general, the game feels chaotic, lacking any real structure, seemingly content with throwing random amounts of crap on the screen just to show off how well they mastered the Genesis hardware. That's not to say this isn't a good game. In fact, this was probably pretty mind-blowing 21 years ago. But today, I find the lackluster music, inconsistent graphical design, and mindless patterns don't quite hold up as well as other shmups of the era. Still, problems aside, Musha is a good game. The offensive options are fairly unique and really give this game a lot of replay value as you try different techniques through the 7 rounds. The controls are responsive and the smooth frame rate is quite the accomplishment. I give Musha a solid 3 out of 5.